Hey athletes, let's talk about squatting. A big part of our program is bilateral squats, and it turns out my bilateral squat is not awesome. So I'm here like this, my feet pretty straight, and then I'm just going to sink straight down, and then I stop right about here. Now let's take that squat apart and just see what is going on, because I can load that squat and I can get some good depth on it, but basically this weight is pushing me down. It's pushing me down. So I don't really own that position. So let's take it apart. Let's come back to our back, to my back. And I have a little tiny arch here, neutral spine. Bring my knees up. It's okay. It's decent, good enough. I could be better with my hip mobility for sure, but you can see I've got a little bit more depth. Turn over here. Get my feet on the ground. Keep my spine neutral again. Put your hand back here. Put my hand back here. And now I got some depth. So my hips can move decently. My knees can move decently. Probably my ankles are at fault. So let's just test that out. We're just going to give myself just a little bit more ankle mobility. Get my knees to come forward a little bit more. And then a little bit better, this shin angle, a little bit closer to my spine angle. So I got a nice deep squat. So what should I do? Well, one thing I can do is get my weightlifting shoes out and then lift with that, and that will probably put me in the right position. I can just put my foot on this or a towel or whatever to get my heels up a little bit and load up some nice, give me some load so I can have build some strength, little core strength, etc., but really just get a nice deep full squat. But not everybody can do that. Not everybody should be doing it, especially the people who are first starting to work out. So here's what I would propose, as well as people who have injuries, like back injuries, etc. So what I would say is this. Take your feet, especially for us guys, our hips are always a little bit tight. I would take my regular squat stance, put one foot in front of the other. So this foot's a little bit ahead, this foot's a little bit back. There's no right or wrong position here. What we do, especially for guys, we want to just open up our hips a little bit, or give our hips a little bit of range of motion so we can get down into a nice, deep squat. Now most people, especially older people, that's the squat that I want them to do for a bilateral movement. Unloaded, make sure, obviously I'm going to take them through that little assessment that I did before, put them on their back, bring their knees up, put them on their hands and knees, do a little bit of rocking, see what's up. If there's just hip mobility things, let's just work on hip mobility and then maybe squat to a higher box or something like that. But this is a valid method, this kind of staggered stance squat. Just open up, give your hips a little bit of room to move, and equally weighted. Feet can be pretty straight. This is also a great exercise for cyclists. Be nice and upright. Go all the way down, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And then back up. So that's one thing. Now there's another way of doing this with just a little bit more support. I'm going to use my box here. You can use a chair, whatever. Again, same thing. One foot back, this foot forward. And again, this foot is forward of underneath my hips. So when I stand up, I'm not going to get full hip extension, at least in this leg. It's going to be in this one, but here we are. And then look ahead, down into that squat, back up. Make sure that when you're doing this, you're able to look straight ahead, your both feet are both evenly balanced, and that heel back there doesn't drift in, doesn't drift out. It's pretty much straight or equally matched with my front one. So if this is my squat stance with my feet out just a little bit, then that's my squat stance. But I would encourage everybody, a little bit straighter is a little bit better, especially if you're, a cyclist or a runner, whatever, you're just learning to get that full range of motion and then load that. This is where you would start. And you would adjust this box. Some people might even stop here. So it's up to you, it's up to the athlete, what their goals are, whatever. And also maybe they just had an ACL injury, or maybe they're just coming back from some sort of a whack to the knee from falling, skiing, or whatever they're doing. So pain-free, obviously, for everything that we do. Back up. If you can go a little bit deeper, that's good. A little bit deeper to the box or a chair, that's good too. Torso upright, head straight ahead. No movement obviously in the shoulders or the core. Load up first by doing something that you can press into. So I love the sandbags for that. So pulling into the sandbag. You can also do 2 dumbbells racked up here and pull in your elbows in to your rib cage, so you get some nice tight core trunk, so that when you come down into that position, that you can be nice and stable. Teach your body to be nice and stable here. Or so any of those choices are great. Dumbbells, kettlebells, sandbag, backpack with bricks in them. All those are great choices. Okay, see you next time.